My mother was there for me when I didn't need her to be there for me, okay? She never let me down, but that doesn't mean she pushed me up. You understand the difference? My mom was a great mother. She was always there for me. It didn't mean she pushed me up to the next level though, because every time I went to my mom and said, Mom, let me tell you what I'm doing, she would be like, that's awesome. But just, son, remember, I love you just the way you are. How many of you have a parent that will tell you that? Just remember. I was 50 years old and she would still tell me that. She's 70, she was 78 at the time. She's like, just remember, I love you just the way you are. You've done enough. When's enough, Grant? You're doing fine, Grant. I love you just the way you are. Love yourself the way you are, Grant. I'm like, but I don't. I can't lie to myself. I do not love I don't. Chuck knows what I'm talking about. Chuck hates himself. Chuck knows he can do more. Chuck, am I right, Chuck? And then he's trying to communicate that to his wife for his wife to get it. And his wife is like, Chuck, what's wrong with you? Are you broken? Chuck, you need a therapist. Okay? And then he's gonna go see the therapist like I did, and the therapist is gonna be like, oh yeah, you got ADD. You got the OCD, you got the OPD, you got the OCD, ACD, DDD. You know? I said, no, I got the OSD. I'm obsessed with success disease. I'm obsessed. And I want my damn $200 back. Don't tell me I'm ADD. I take an offense to that. Okay, I don't add, I multiply. I'm trying to figure out how to run 70 businesses and have 70,000 employees. I'm not worried. What you worried about? You worried about how many browsers I got open in my mind? The people that operate this planet, the handful, the 1%ers, have different information than you have. Okay? They're not talking about going to college. They're not talking about saving money. You don't hear wealthy people talking about, I need to buy a house. Warren Buffett, you know Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett's not like, I need to buy a house. I have to have a home to live in. Warren Buffett bought one house his whole life. He never talks about it. What's he buying? He's buying businesses. What's he investing his money in? Businesses, right? He's not buying a house where money dies. How many of you want to change? 2 things if you want to change. Number 1, you got to change. You want to change a little bit? Change a little bit. You want to change a lot? Change a lot. To change, you got to change. And number 2, you have to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to stand on a stage and communicate. Maybe it's not this stage. Maybe it's not 35,000 people. Maybe it's 1 person. That's a stage. Your house is a stage. You're going to talk to your spouse. Your business is a stage. You're going to be talking to the Treasury Department, selling them. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. We're not going to save money here. We're going to make money here. We're going to go get money here. You're going to have a stage with your lawyer. Your lawyer's going to say, don't do it. Stop the madness. You're a lawyer, dude. I'm running a business. Tell me how we can do it. I don't ask lawyers and accountants for business advice. Record the data, you're an accountant. Do the job, you're the lawyer. Let me run the business into the ground. Okay, we're gonna run it into the ground. We're gonna do it Grant's way. Not the lawyer's way, and not the accountant's way. 2 things you gotta do to change, folks. You got to change, and you need an audience. When you're in front of a customer, do I have your attention? When you're getting attention, you need to know something else is trying to get their attention too. You're in competition with everything, and you don't need to make attention. You need to get attention. They're tied together. Attention is money. Get it? Keep it, multiply it. That means when I'm in a meeting, I need to get your attention. I need to get it. I need to be sure I have it. I need to keep it, and then I need to multiply that attention. Because if you don't keep my full attention, you ain't gonna get none of my money.
Grant rant of the day, the one you need to live with, wake up to every day, is that right there. Okay? Beat the sun up, folks. You got to beat the sun up. If you can't beat up the roll up of the sun up, you're going to get beat up in life. Okay? I've been doing this for a long time now. I say beat that thing up, that monster out there that warms this planet, that nourishes and gives us light. But you can't live a 10x life if you're not beating the sun up. So many of you complain about how much time you have. You don't have time, man, because you don't beat the sun up. Get started early. And when you get started early, that means you need to shut it down early. Okay, shut it down early so you get sleep. I was asleep last night at 9 o'clock, so I could beat the sun up this morning and see the world wake up with me.
I don't need to spend time with a mentor. I need to study a handful of people that have proven over time that they were important and that they did something. Walt Disney, he's a mentor of mine. One guy almost went bankrupt 3 times. That is a spiritual adventure. Like, hey man, how do you do that? How do you have a dream? Howard Schultz with Starbucks. I don't like his political viewpoints, but I do like the fact that everybody told him Starbucks was a bad idea. He's like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. It's a terrible idea. Steve Jobs, total maniac, like neurotic. I wouldn't do any of that stuff, but I do like the guy's ferocious commitment. So if I can rob those pieces from different people, right, and say, hey man, I want to be more like that guy or that gal, right? You know, so you know what I'm saying? Like that's my deal. Like, how can I mix it up with Jared? I'm interested in leaving something that lasts longer than I do.
I know a lot of people say they learn from their losses, but I don't. I get better because of my successes. I don't need a lot of kryptonite moments. I'm not interested in those.
Yeah, it just takes longer to grow again.
Yeah.
To get back to where you want to be.
You know, Mike told me something the other day in the hot box. He says, you know, because he started thinking differently about some of the stuff I was saying to him. And he said, I said, you know, Mike, I know you blame, you think your success is what hurts you, but I guarantee if you look back, those first fights you were winning, everything brightened up in your life when you started winning in life. Hey, Grant, my grades got better.
He's got more confidence.
Dude, of course. He even learned better. I said, I don't learn from losses. I learn from successes, and then I try to repeat those things.
Do more of those things that are
and then
succeeding.
get the bucket gets bigger.
Yeah.
Right, the rim gets bigger. The field goal gets bigger. Right, everything gets bigger. It's easier to make the shot because I have the wins, and I think I feel so bad for people, particularly around money, that they never have the victories back to back, enough victories to be like, wow, what else could I do?